They got me fucked up. Hey, what is up, Jules? Hey, Byron and Molly and whoever else is out there again in the skybox. I have a quick address. Didn't even expect that I would do it because of all that I have on my plate that I've been communicating with, but something has to fucking give. Okay. For me, I'm not um hey you guys, I have to speak on during this address like I'm speaking to a stranger because I do believe that a stranger came around, and I guess you don't know what the fuck we do over here and just how I move on my platform and what it is that I do. Um One thing that I feel that sets me apart, it doesn't make me alone. I'm sure there are other people out there somewhere that does it, but one thing that sets me apart from the average content creator in the B sector is that I do a lot of focus, and attention to specificity, precision, like being precise and clarity. So I'm that type of person now that I'm a content creator that when someone goes around, doesn't have to be a content creator, it could be anyone, it could be a fucking subscriber. But when they say, yo, you guys know that the love of money is the root of all evil, I'm the one that comes in and says it's not the love of money. The verse reads, I'm sorry, when they say money is the root of all evil, I'm the one that comes around and says the verse says the love of money is the root of all evil. Because one single word can change the whole trajectory of a statement. So I bring attention to shit like that. Um, my jewels are familiar with that. They know these things. These different strangers, I don't know. They don't know this shit about me, but I don't blame them. But they do need to pay close attention to what I state, like how I say it, or if I'm texting it or posting it, like typing it. They need to actually read what I'm saying and not go on with the fuck they want me to talk about. Hey, you guys, I do have a lot going on. Let me just say this. My phone may ring because of all that I have going on, and someone may knock at my door. If it happens, I apologize in advance. Okay, it's shit that I can't control. But I had mentioned to you guys way back when, like I'm in the most difficult time of my life, and that did not go away when the funeral ended. Like now it's even worse because it's dealing with something that I'm smart and I'm wise that I did not communicate with you guys. Um, I wanted to communicate it with Muffy, but Muffy, I haven't seen you, and I've seen you on other people's set. I haven't seen you over here, sis. So, and I put out that I wanted to communicate with you. Um, so that's on the female side. On the male side, the only person who I've been given more details to is be by request 99. So he knows of a lot of different things. But I'm smart with what degree I share because I'm in the fucking beef sector and ain't nobody weaponizing shit against me. You see? You know, this afternoon I have a scheduled appointment with a free we have like free attorneys, and so I have an appointment with them. And but I think with the current issue that I have, I'm gonna have to advance it to an actual paid lawyer that's gonna get me the results that I need in another area. I'm working with the free attorneys in one area, and they are helpful as fuck. It's been helpful, but I'm gonna tell you guys, from one day to another, like it's like when I wake up, like I don't know what's gonna hit me because I'm living with a fucking chaos demon, and it's it's residual. It's something that's left over because I had no idea that the person was going to pass. But here's one thing that I can share. Um, I feel like, and the person is now my tenant, but that's not paying. That's not paying shit. And I think that they're here to see me fail. Like I feel like I'm living with fucking Satan, you know. And I guess they think they know their rights as a tenant because there's a lot of rights that tenants have, but they can really fuck you over and not pay you from month to month. But I'm trying to understand their. I'm speaking there because I'm not like going to specify gender or sex. Dealing with this situation that I'm dealing with when I log off from YT. That's very much real to me, and it's heavy. And the person is like really, I think, remaining to be here to get in my way. So it's a lot of crazy shit that I'm looking at, honestly, you guys. Like not even knowing if next week I'll be able to be a content creator because I may not fucking have Wi-Fi, and that did happen, you know, and I may not fucking have electricity and the real fucking shit. And the person is really like here to see me fucking fail and trying to ensure that I do, and trying to ensure that I do. And so I don't foresee this going away in 2023, even though like we're in the end of July. I don't see. Yeah, I could see. Well, I don't. I hope it doesn't. I hope it's still not an issue in 2000 through all of what we have remaining in 2023. But I can still see it being an issue come September, you guys. Like it's some crazy shit if I detail. Like drug addiction. Like I just don't want to detail it. That's it, or to specific people. Perhaps I could on the female side, like if Muffy don't fall in line, it'll be Tracy, you guys, who would know what's going on with me. I mean, yeah, like it's a possibility that I may even still that I may have to leave here. YT, YouTube, you know? This shit is fucking real. Like, what the fuck? Wait a minute, hold on. I'm checking the chat, you guys. If it will cooperate with me, it's not opening up for me. Okay. Hey, what's up? I want to say hello to everybody. Yeah, Voodoo, I'm gonna mention you too. Thanks for dropping in. So let's see. What's up, detached? Salute, bronze flat power god. Okay, that's all I'm seeing. Thank you. Wait a minute. Yeah, and what's up, Alana? How are you? Okay, Alana. Yeah, so I put on when I come on here, I put on a face just to push through because it's important to me to maintain normalcy. When I'm before you guys. That's it. That's all. I am not okay. I'm gonna tell you that now. And it's like every day is eventful for me. Every day is eventful, and it shouldn't be. It's like with this unnecessary shit. And I see the tenant. I know what the fuck they're doing. I know what they're doing. I see them. I see them the fucking long way. I know exactly what the fuck is going on. When it's me and the attorneys and the tenant, conversations go one way, and it's very civilized and respectful, um, and cooperative. But this is just conversation. Oh, wait a minute. Did someone let me see. I think someone's trying to come up. Let's see. Oh, no, no, no. Wait a minute. Is someone trying to come up? I'm not sure. No, because I ain't even got the fucking link. See, I'm tripping. And remember the other day, you guys, I did a live and I didn't even have my materials. That has to do with stress. And I was like, oh shit. Like I didn't even bring the materials of what I'm gonna talk about. And I said, well, you guys, I'll make a live or upload. I'll do one afterwards with the materials that I'm. That's due to stress, you know. That's due to stress, you guys. So I mean, I really had to cross my T's and dot my I's. Like currently in my life, and it won't let the fuck up. That they're presenting me with a lot of fuckery. You know, but when they talk when it's me, them, and the attorneys, conversations go one way. But and also when it's me, them, and my family members, the conversation goes one way, and it's very civilized and cooperative. When everyone goes away, the family goes away, and the attorneys go away, and it's just me and that fucking tenant. Yo, it's a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing that lets me know that it's very intentional on their part. And they're like cussing me out and at me and stuff like that. Very aggressive, very hostile, like on the verge of violence and shit like that. Like I know what the fuck I'm dealing with. I say that to let you just to give clarity, like I'm not okay. I'm not fucking okay. So and by request 99 knows that. But so that's what I do. That's what I'm going through. Okay, let me shift the conversation. We're transitioning, y'all. We're transitioning. Yeah. Okay. So on my community board, I had made a post about trans men and the abilities that they have. Okay. Noble had responded, but he's under a different name. I'll show proof of that on my community board now. But Noble had responded, and I responded to him. And then after that, the Nikki Pope chick, who I'm confident is not even subscribed to my channel. So I'm thinking like she has no idea how I am, how I move, how I come to think, the different things I come to address. And I didn't appreciate it. Like I did. And it was a short post, but I'm like, girl, like please, And I guess the the thing that I was most sensitive about was her accusing me of gaslighting, and but she don't get to dictate anything over here. But I'm gonna tell you why I took the angle that I took with discussing trans men. It has to do with the whole thing, like I said, specificity and clarity. So again, though a lot of my jewels known of me for years before I was even a content creator. So when I was contributing on other content creators platforms, and they know how I come to speak and how I draw distinctions between gender and sex. They know that, because a lot of people, when they come to speak about gender and sex, gender and sex, they conflate the two, and they use it synonymously, which they never should. If you guys were to go on Google and put in the differences between gender and sex, you can educate yourself. Google can be your best friend. It can be your best friend. So it's just in loose conversation and everyday conversation, people make a whole bunch of mistakes and stuff like that. And a lot of times, if I'm available, I'll be the one to be like, yo, like you just conflated gender with sex, or 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 sexuality with gender, which a lot of people tend to do when talking about trans people. Now, in my post on my community board, I never here's where voodoo come in. I said I was gonna mention voodoo. So on one of my last lives, voodoo had brought up uh the whole thing with, who was it? The troll transsexual that no one really knows, who was trolling for fucking cloud. And who, so that would have been Just Hilarious. And Just Hilarious, so you guys that was there, or you guys in the replay game who watched that live, I since took it down. I took it down, you guys, because I showed my legs too viral. That's why I took it down. But uh yeah, so you guys know that when he brought it up, how my response was, I was like, I don't like what's going on. I said, I don't like that topic. I said, I feel it's divisive. I said, I really don't want to touch on it. That was the direction I was speaking in. And I did add a little bit of stuff in. I called the unknown transsexual that put that shit out a troll. I called her out as being a troll. Um, I said, I wish that T.S. Madison had shut her mouth and not inserted herself in it. I said these things. These people don't know how I come to think. Also, years before I was a content creator, I was on other people. You guys, if you don't know, I'm saying Gender 11. But years ago, I told I will be the only one like in this sector getting on different platforms and saying like, hey, I'm not LGBT. I'm just simply saying Gender 11. And I told you guys that there's a whole like fraudulent thing going on, like with the LGBT. I would call that out. You do, and I would also call out people who wouldn't be specific enough. And like when people are talking about the LGBT and they say the community, I'm the one that says I don't subscribe to that. And they would say when LGBT. So that's four. And then they say plus LGBT plus. I put that shit. Look, after gay people were given the right to be married, I was LGBT before, but that was for political purposes to galvanize our power so that we can have marriage equality. Once we achieve that state, I put that shit down. Also, I'm the one that correct other people when they call the LGBT the community. I'm like, how do you have like four different communities and you're saying the community? It's not ever singular. It's always plural. I remind people of that, and that's the little game that they run. You know, that's a little. I would call that the fuck out. So I'm not really attached to the LGBT. I only acknowledge being attached to the G in the LG, which is one singular community. I don't feel like I have the experience, a trans experience. I don't feel like I could truly relate to their plight and their existence. Um sure, yeah, but I would respect them. Same thing with bisexuals. Like I feel like I don't have that experience that I can relate. So I don't speak for them, you know? And I don't feel attached like other homosexuals do. Like, here's an example. Um, I hear like homosexuals say, let's say that if somebody was coming at the trans community unfairly, and I hear homosexuals say things like, "Oh, like we have to support our trans brothers and sisters." I'm not the one to say that. They are not my brothers and my sisters. My brother, community wise, my brothers and my sisters would fit in that G for me. So I don't do that whole gang, and I feel like sometimes it's bullyish, like because in other words, if let's say that a person made a slur towards lesbians, you see what I'm saying? The part of as part of that gang, other people would say, "Oh, they made homophobic." I'm so, yeah, they attacked the LGBT. and and I'm the one that comes around saying no, they didn't. They attacked the L in the LGBT. But but when people put out that misinformation, like if someone, yeah, if someone like attacked the lesbian group, the L aspect of the LGBT, how it would be reported is, oh, they attacked the LGBT, and I feel like that's unfair because they get to pile on all these multiple communities and have them all offended by the person. And I'm not saying that it's ever good to attack lesbians, but like facts are very stubborn things. But see, that's how they get y'all, and then you find yourself being canceled. And like it's showing up on blogs and shit like that. A person did something to all of those communities when really they did something to just one of the communities. That's it, and that's all. And so I'm talking about really like the state of just being specific rather than being general, because again, my jewels know that I'm the person that tell you guys do not paint with a wide brush, and just tailor your arguments and make it specific so that you're not hitting all these other people that your statement wasn't meant for. I'm the one that says that. I'm the one that do that. I feel like I'm the only one. I don't hear nobody else doing that. I feel like I'm the only one that fucking does that. You see what I'm saying? But I think that's a little okie doke they get y'all in, because if you offend one of those communities, they say you offended the entire LGBT, and they throw all of those communities on top of you. That's what happens. And so I think that that's not factual. I feel like that's not factual. And I'm like, oh my goodness, he only says something against homosexuals, and now they have bisexuals and trans people think that like like the person hit them, and when they didn't. But this is how they all pile in with that whole LGBT, and by y'all, whoever uses it and talk that way, and a whole lot of people do that, they be like the community when they talking about these multiple communities. It's not one. So yeah, I stay in my fucking lane. I stay in my fucking lane. I mean, let me read the comments because I'm not reading it, you guys. Because I'm gonna get to what prompted me to have this live today. Let's see. Molly said I can't even do it. I wonder what you're speaking about. Yeah, I mean, everyone has the right to love who they want to and debate. That's a great debate. Right, Voodoo, but that's a little okie though. Like thing. So yeah, like then you find yourself having to answer to all these other communities that you never fucking address in the first place. Um, that I'm not going to have any conversation on because it always goes right, right. And so when Voodoo had asked me about that, I told him that like the whole trip was just hilarious and shit like that. I feel like people just kind of like listen to have a position, which is why I told him that I wasn't interested in touching it. People just want to know where I fall. Like I feel like when I speak, they just want to know which side you're falling on, and I don't have a side in that. Since I'm from the G, you see how that doesn't affect me. I don't have a side. I don't have a side because I'm not trans. And so let me get to the whole trans thing. A lot of people aren't specific enough when they're speaking about it, and they say the trans community. They keep saying the trans community. What they need to say is the trans women community if you're only talking about them. Because whenever you say the trans community this, the trans community that, I hope you guys understand that you are including trans men when you say the trans community. Hello. So that was the direction of my post. So anyway, let me get to this shit. People just want to know where you fall. Like, hey, are you falling on the side of women who are cisgender, or are you falling on the side of women who are trans women? That's all they want to fucking know. Let's see. I feel. So here's the statement. Let me do this. Um that Nikki Pope, and it's short, but this is what she wrote. Let me see. Let me get this shit. Make sure I loop it. Okay. Is it coming up? Yeah. So she accused me of gaslighting. She says gaslighting. No, now she's on my community board, mind you guys. Under under my argument, or a post and an argument that I put forth, specifying trans men, and I even, I wrote trans, but then when it, I wrote trans men, which is one word, right? But when it came to the men part, I put that in capitals so that that jumps out at anybody. So, trying to ensure that you don't miss it, but for some reason she missed it. And so she writes gaslighting. No one is talking about a trans person. Nikki Pope, oh yeah, and I also put trans persons too. And she says no one is talking about a trans person. Nikki Pope, I'm talking about a trans person on my fucking community wall. What you do on your community wall is your business, but you don't get to tell me what no one is talking about when I'm talking about it. I presented it. And then she wrote, this is about trans women trying to tell a woman what womanhood is. No, it's not. Because I never went to address that. I never went to address that. It's like she's trying to make me address that. You see what I'm saying? It's not about that. She's assuming that I was attempting to like touch on the issue going on with the trolling trans woman and just hilarious. But I wasn't. So she needs to take my text as I put it out and commit to that, not what she wants me to speak about. I know what I'm saying, I know what I'm doing. I'm a very smart person, you know? And then she wrote, and that will never be accepted. So that means she's talking about something other than what my post is, which should let you know that you shouldn't even be a part of my post if you can't commit to what I spoke about. Yeah, like she don't get to reframe anything I say or I do. She don't get. Yeah, she's not an authority on anything. She don't get to alter and try to go me in a different direction. You can't make me go left when I'm clearly going right. So that's what people need to understand. Yeah, like read the post. She needs to read and commit to it. Other people that have responded, she was the only one that stepped out of line, tried to make it seem like I stepped out of line. If anybody was gaslighting, it would be you at this point because you didn't commit to what the post said. That's the whole thing. So no, nobody was running an okie doke or no game. It was just you falling off of course by not committing to the post itself. You're bad, not mine. Okay, but other people clearly understood it. And here's a post that Noble had wrote, but he's under a different name right now. Let me include this. So there it is. So it says the Golden Seal 2000, I'm sorry, 202. When I click on it, it goes back to Noble's page. So this is Noble. And it wrote trans men can and won't have menstruals. A trans woman, I can see that. I think he's confused. But here's the thing: you can see that he committed. He didn't change my. He didn't reframe. He didn't alter shit. He didn't change my shit. You can see that he committed to my post and gave his response to it. Albeit it was incorrect, but you can see that he committed to what it was that I said. But I believe that he's incorrect simply because he's a heterosexual male and he probably have no ties to the trans community, and so he probably don't know what's what. But he wrote a trans woman. I can see that. No, like that's no trans woman. It would that would be a no. Like they don't have menstruals, but trans men do because these are people who were born female. You understand what I'm saying? So that was my only point, and why would I have to point that out again? Because when people say the trans community, you're also speaking about trans men. I hope you guys know that. So it's all about specificity. being precise and being clear on what it is that you're saying and what you're responding to. Yeah. In other words, if you're typing somewhere or speaking somewhere, and you're saying the trans community, trans men hear that and they know that they're included in that. That's it. That's all. And if you and you need not, if you're only speaking about trans women, you need not say the trans community. You might want to say the trans women community. You might, or you might want, you be specific, because when you paint with these wide brushes and you're generalizing or overgeneralizing, it's always going to come with a measure of error. I always point this out. So that was my whole point. So yeah, trans men can have babies, they can menstruate, so on and so forth, because their birth sex is female. That's it, and that's all. But a lot of people like to conflate shit, you know. So that's the extent of it. But yeah, she don't get to reframe shit over here. That's it, and that's all. Talking about, it's not about that. Yes, it is. It's about whatever I structure my arguments to be. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and nobody's gonna tell me different. Let me see. And let me see what's being written. And this community is always framed as the big bad bully controlling the discourse, right? And yeah, and ruining everything. Exactly. It's passive aggressive homophobia. Sometimes it is. Yeah, they don't know the difference, y'all. Exactly. And I don't mind that. I'm there to educate some people, but it's just a stubborn or the willful ignorance, like, in it. I mean, you wrote they don't know the difference. So long as they're willing to learn, that's it, and that's all. But yeah, the fuck. Let me go back. Yeah, but yeah, I got to respond to Noble under that, and it was respectful. You guys know, like a couple of days ago, I said I admire him. I said I admire the man. That has not changed. That has not changed as of yet. So yeah, I let him know that he was incorrect though. That's it, and that's all. I'm on my way out of here because, like I said, you guys, it's 1 o'clock my way, and this afternoon I do have an appointment. Okay, that's it. That's all. Muffy, if you out there, hit me up on IG. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna find some music to be out, but that's my only address. Yeah, but yeah, like, people don't get to change my fucking discourse at all. I don't know, and I don't really know her. Like, she's not around, never fell in my chat. I'm confident she's not subscribed to me. The hell, you know? So yeah, I don't fall on any side. Yes, I do. I fall on the side of facts and the truth. Like, like, I'm real rigid on that. Why? Because facts are very stubborn things, aren't they? They're very stubborn things. Yeah. Okay. And those that have corrected me have gotten me right, on those things. And there's nothing I can do about it but accept it when I'm incorrect. Regarding this case, I'm not. Regarding this case, I'm not. That's it. I'm out of here, you guys. Please like the video. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Also, for those who aren't familiar with me, I don't just do things on the beef sector, or I don't know, things regarding media. I will make content out of my things in the community board. I have a whole fucking segment called the Community Wall Report. Okay, and I just deal with information and ideas. Okay, but you guys, thanks for dropping in the courtyard and engaging with me. I'm on my way out of here. Thank you.